And lastly, dude just sits in his room telling stories in his bed.
All you do is read tweets. Bentellect is a name you've probably heard recently in the news, but not for the right reasons. If you haven't heard his name, I'm going to go over the whole situation, but more importantly, explain my own unique experience with this individual because it kind of just shows how absolutely insane and out of his mind and crazy this one man is. So basically, this guy Bentellect has over 10 million followers on TikTok. All he does is read memes. He goes on Twitter, finds a funny tweet, finds an interesting tweet, says it, and then pretends to laugh. Cool. With all of this fame that he has gotten, he has done some questionable things. You probably already heard about the situation he was in, so because of that, I'm just going to give a brief overview of exactly what he did, kind of just to sum it up. But definitely stay tuned regardless, because if you already know about the situation, my experience with him is just another piece of evidence to show how crazy this guy is. So basically, all of this started when an individual on Twitter tweeted out this. She said, "I was invited to be on a podcast by a pretty popular TikTok creator, and 3 hours before we were supposed to record, he asked me if I wanted to make an OnlyFans video with him, which I declined. And 1 hour before we were supposed to meet up, he canceled. And this is why." So basically, to summarize this whole situation, he didn't really care about the podcast. He was kind of in it for other things, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to give you one example, maybe two examples of texts he sent to girls he invited on this podcast, because they just show how stupid this guy is. So this was the same girl who made that tweet, and he had invited her on the show. Then he sends her a text message, and it says, "Do you want to make a video for OnlyFans? When? Today." Then she says, "No, you need a TTS test from within the last 14 days and an OnlyFans creator account." "I made a video for your page," he says. She says, "Doing what?" He goes, "I don't know. What performs the best on your page? I was just thinking, you're helping me with doing a video on my YouTube, so maybe I could help your OnlyFans." She says, "I'm good, thanks." "Thanks, though. No worries." And then he waits a little bit and says, "Hey, gonna do the pickle video with someone else. Thanks, though." The most passive-aggressive text message ever. And she goes, "Okay, any particular reason why?" He says, "To be honest, I thought it would just be fun to film and see where things go, but I got it." No, dude, the truth is that she said no to doing an OnlyFans video with you, and so you decided the podcast doesn't even need to happen. That's just weird. Then after all of this happened, the same girl tweets out this screenshot of a DM from Bentellect himself, and it says, "You need to take this tweet down or I will sue you." And around the same time of this tweet, when he said, "I will sue you if you don't take this down," he posted an apology on his Instagram. This exact apology has actually been taken down from all of his socials because in the apology, he denies what he did, even though there was complete proof of what he did. He said, "I've recently been accused of some heinous actions and would like the opportunity to share my disgust at these accusations." Homie, you did it and we know and there's proof. What do you mean? "I'm a firm believer in the rights and equality of all humans, including women." What? "I grew up in a home with 3 sisters and no brothers, so I learned very early on the importance, power, love, and abilities women have. They deserve to be cherished and uplifted and treated with respect, and that's how I live my life. I do not condone the statements or accusations that have suddenly been hoisted upon me, and I hope to speak to anyone who feels they have been wronged." So this is when we thought it was over and he was just going to deny the accusations, but then more accusations came out. More girls anonymously basically reached out to the one girl who originally tweeted something and sent more screenshots of awkward text messages with him. I'm not going to go over those because I kind of want to introduce my situation with Bentellect, but if you want to pause the video and read them, they're just as messed up as the first, if not more. So here's where my situation kind of starts with Bentellect. So basically, I'm on Discord with my boys. They're also YouTubers, you might know them. We're looking on YouTube, just like our names, and then that's when I ran into a video by Bentellect, and it said, "I have beef with a TikToker," and I'm like, why did that come up when I looked up my name? So I watched the video, and I'm just going to show you guys the video right here.
Listen, I know this trend where everybody tries to scare this dude shitless is a joke, but I guarantee you this dude goes to bed with the slightest thought in the back of his head that someone is actually going to take things a little seriously. I'm on my way to your house, bitch.
Alright, let's call it. First of all, let me just say that trend was lame as hell. Secondly, dude must have ran out of content because that trend is 2 years old.
Basically, the video I made was from 2 years ago. He was reacting to a video from 2 years ago. Secondly, I was talking about a trend to catch you guys up on the trend a long time ago when Bentellect hadn't done any creepy shit. There was a very funny trend going on. Basically, people would stitch his videos and say something scary or spooky. So I'm just going to give you a rundown of this trend from the Know Your Meme page, which is like a Wikipedia for memes. Bentellect scary stitches, or we're coming for you, Benny Boy, refers to a trend on TikTok in which users stitch videos of Bentellect reading memes and tweets, adding a random scary image to the end, often accompanies with a voiceover telling Benjamin, aka Bentellect, that they are coming for him. The trend began in August 2021 when I made that video. Stitches are largely collected under the hashtags #BennyBoy and Bentellect. This was a super funny trend. I'm just going to throw up an example video of that trend.
Okay, tomorrow I'm gonna study, clean my room, and go to the...
Benjamin, there will be no tomorrow. After you realize we are in your closet, you will run, Benny Boy.
It's pretty funny, like, so let's go back to the video.
First of all, let me just say that trend was lame as hell.
#BennyBoy on TikTok has, let's see how many views. It has 212.9 million views, so I don't think a lot of people thought it was lame.
Secondly, dude must have ran out of content because that trend is 2 years old.
And the video you're reacting to is 2 years old, dude.
Third, you kind of look like Woody from Toy Story.
That was a terrible way to roast me. Like, maybe I do look like Woody, but Woody's not a bad looking character. You should have, like, brought in some ugly... I could roast myself better than that. You know what I mean? Like...
And lastly, dude just sits in his room telling stories in his bed.
This is the worst part. Man, you, out of anyone on the internet, should not walk into this absolute hole. You just trapped yourself. Why would you ever try to roast someone else's content when you know damn well all you do is read tweets? Are you kidding me?
JK, you're actually right.
And then he says, JK, you're actually right, after, just to kind of make it seem like a joke, even though you could tell this guy was actually pissed. And if you didn't think he was actually pissed, wait till I show you this. So after seeing this video for the first time, I'm like, if this guy was actually mad, did he at least reach out to me and say something to me? So I go on Instagram. I look up his Instagram. And I go to our messages and find out that he called me about 17 times. Let's just count how many times he called me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 times. Dude. And then after he calls me, I didn't pick up. He just changes the theme to cyberpunk on the DMs and then just leaves it alone. What? That's the most random thing you could do, bro. Anyways, I'm like, I DM him and I'm like, yo, I saw you made a video on me on YouTube and I just seen all of this. Keep in mind, I had no idea about the allegations at this point. I didn't know he did any creepy shit. So I was trying to keep it super chill and super nice with him. I said, I have someone reposting my old videos on another YouTube account, so that's probably why you saw it 2 years later. And that's true. Someone reposts my old TikTok videos for me, and that probably ended up being reposted. So that's why he saw it 2 years later. I said, that was made during the trend, and it was all jokes and love. I do kind of look like Woody, though. Cheers, mate. Keep doing your thing. And then he says, cheers, mate. I said, do you mind if I remix your short? I want to react to the Woody thing. He said, go for it. Well, since you gave permission, I'm going to do more than react and make a whole video on this. And that's what I'm doing. So that night when I was DMing him, I go and click on his story. And that is when I saw the half-assed apology where he lied and said that he didn't do any of the stuff that he did do. I read it and I dove deep into the situation, saw that, and I was like, oh my God, so this guy is a psychopath. So throughout my investigation into this whole Bentellect thing, I learned a lot. I also learned that he's a rapper. Yeah. He's apparently been rapping since he was 19 and now he's 35. He still raps and obviously hasn't gone anywhere. So let's just check out one of his songs together. So he posted this video on YouTube Shorts. It's just called a rap vid. So let's take a look at it.
Bentellect's videos.
And Bentellect.
Bentellect.
And Bentellect.
Enter Bentellect.
Called Bentellect.
Probably familiar with Bentellect.
Guy named Bentellect is Bentellect.
You know me, I just can't ever flip it. I'm on top of you, can't get my business. We go out, get like 4 or 5 dishes, then go home with like 4 or 5.
4 or 5 what, Ben? 4 or 5 what? I love that he included that in his song because it just shows how much of a gentleman you truly are. Anyways, I think I, for the most part, gave a good rundown of the whole situation. And I honestly really just wanted to share that shit with you guys because it blew my mind. And I needed to get it across because I feel like I'm not a super controversial person. I try to keep it pretty chill on all my socials. And when I saw that, I was like, damn. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't necessarily want you guys to go look at his videos and comment anything on his videos because when you do that, you're watching his video, and when you watch his video, you are giving him ad revenue. We don't want this guy to get paid when he's a creep. Let's just keep it at that. So stay off his account. Don't worry about saying anything. He's going to face the consequences he deserves to face naturally, and that's all that matters. What I do want to say about this situation, though, is that stuff like this happens all the time on a daily basis, but the only reason this situation has been brought to light is because this is a YouTuber with over 3 million followers and a TikToker with over 10 million followers, and that's why the situation got attention. I think that's just something I wanted to point out, but this is about it, man. Hopefully I don't have to talk about this shit again, but I'm ready to, Ben, if you want to sue me. But that's about it, guys. Love y'all. And if you're new here, please subscribe. I'm trying to grind the content out for all of you guys. Happy to keep doing it. Peace.